Hey guys, how's it going? Brandon here and welcome back you guys to another Pokemon team builder. Today we are continuing on our remastered team builders, continuing on Generation 4 with Piplup, Prinplup and Empoleon. But before we get this underway, just a reminder that 90% of you guys watching this video right now have not clicked that subscribe button. So do me a favour, go ahead, click that subscribe button. We just reached 12,000 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough for that. Try and help us reach our end of the year goal of 15,000 subscribers. Of course, I can't do that without your guys' help. So definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. And of course, quick disclaimer before any team build gets underway to say this is opinion based. This is your journey through Sinnoh. If you want to change anything about the video, about the team, go ahead and do so. Just keep the rules that we use in mind, in that I don't use trade evolutions, I don't use version exclusives. So if there's something that is not in this team that you think should be, check that it's obtainable in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. Houndoom is a perfect example of a really good mon that people always tell me to use, but unfortunately it's only exclusive to Platinum. So just keep sort of those aspects in mind when rating the team and stuff like that. But of course, let me know in the comment section below what you guys use and what you guys think. Without further ado, let's get into this. Alright then you guys, so first up naturally is going to be our starter, which of course in this case is going to be Empoleon. My favourite of all three starters, but that delves down to my love of penguins. And I love its design, I love its typing, it's still very unique water steel type. Surf, Ice Beam, Grass Knot, Flash Cannon without a doubt is the best moveset to run on this thing. Please, I look back at the old team builder that I made and I put Hyper Beam on this thing. I was either drunk, well I wouldn't have been drunk because at the time I was only like 15, but Surf, Ice Beam, Grass Knot, Flash Cannon. Surf, Flash Cannon, Stab, of course, hard hitting moves. Ice Beam to cover your grass types, and Grass Knot to cover your water types. So as well that you get Grass Knot quite early. I can't remember if Prinplup can learn it, obviously we know Empoleon definitely can, but if you can get Grass Knot on this thing as early as Crash Awake, it makes the gym really easy, and you just storm through it with your water type as well, so you're going to be resisting those stab hits where actually you've got a super effective move back. I've gone with the modest nature in this one. In terms of its stats, you could run timid because of the base 60 speed. I would understand 100% why you would run timid, but I feel like with Empoleon it's got good enough defenses that speed doesn't really matter, and base 60 isn't the worst in terms of like everything's going to outspeed you. Like there's going to be other mons around that stage where if you're a few levels above them, I'm 90% positive you're going to be outspeed anyway. So I mean like 84 HP, 88 defense, 101 special defense, that's high 80s, and then an 101, really solid. Already base 111 special attack, boosting that up with modest nature. Empoleon really hits hard in game, really underrated in terms of how versatile and good it is as a general starter. I think it gets overlooked a lot by Infernape because of how Infernape is competitively and stuff like that. Arguably my favourite, well, it is my favourite of the three. To use in game, it's my favourite of the three as well because I feel like Infernape's moveset lets it down. So out of all the three I like to use in game, Empoleon is definitely my favourite. We love it, it's fantastic, it's our starter of course, it's Empoleon. Up next then you guys, we have our flyer for the team. This time round I've gone with Drifblim. If there's any mon that was in the comment section of all the team builders of originally on flyers that I should use going through this game, Drifblim was up there a lot of the time. People telling me, oh Brandon, you're sleeping on Drifblim. And yeah, I was, to be honest, and it is a very good Pokemon to use in game. The obviously mild set is that you catch a Drifblim at the Valerie Wind works on a special day. It's like an event Pokemon. After you save the scientist, after you beat Team Galactic. If you need to change your settings on either your computer or your DS itself, or whatever you're playing on, you can do that and you can get Drifblim to show up quite easily. In terms of the movesets, I've gone with a mild nature, which is minus defense. The reason for that is because we've got very good physical walls in the team later on. Empoleon takes hits quite well, obviously with a good special defense as well. But base 150 HP, I know those defenses are in red, but that base 150 HP pretty much just boosts all of its natural bulk up. It hits really hard up that special attack because although I've gone with Fly, and the reason Fly's in there is because it doesn't really get any other really good special flying type moves. I don't think it gets Air Slash unless it's like an egg move or something. If it does get Air Slash and it's a level up move and I'm completely wrong on that point, then by all means use a HM Slave instead. I've just put it there because of being helpful. Shadow Ball, Stab, Fly, Stab, you could still probably... I haven't got a minus attacking nature, so Fly will still do a good amount because you're still base 80 attack. Thunderbolt and Silver Wind. Thunderbolt, just cover just some weaknesses. and Silverwind to deal with dark types, and you might also get all the boosts from Silverwind as well. Really underrated move in my opinion. I know it has low PP, but the chance of getting the boosts in a big battle could really help you out. Being +1 in every stat means you'll take hits better and you'll hit even harder and you're even quicker. I think this is a really good mon. I think it is slept on a lot. I think people should use it more in game, competitively as well. It's really solid. You get it quite early on. Level 28 is a really nice round level for evolving as well. So if you haven't used Drifblim before, I really recommend it. It is really solid. It's our second team member. It's Drifblim. On to Pokemon number 3 then, you guys. And if there's one mon on this team that's going to get me a little bit of controversy, because there's always one, it's probably going to be Clefable. But let me explain, let me do my reasoning behind this. Clefable is really good in terms of its versatility. It can learn so many different TMs and be used in so many different ways. This time around, yeah, it's literally just going to be covering all the other bases that we don't have. There's not a fire type in the team. It can no flamethrower. Sure, why not? We don't have a psychic type in the team. It can no psychic. We do have a ghost type, but Shadow Ball is always nice to have on a normal type because it means you can hit ghosts and they can't hit you back. Always nice. Strength's on there because of just a stab hitting move. I've gone with a Quiet Nature. I have lowered its speed because it's naturally bulky. That's what Clefable is. It takes hits. We've gone with the up special attacking nature naturally because, like I said, we're using more special attacks than physical. We haven't got a minus attacking nature, so strength can still do a good amount. You could chuck return on this thing. I have put return on a different mon on the team, so you could swap that round and put strength on the other thing and return on this, depending on how you're going to be using it. I just think it's very good and very versatile in terms of what moves it can use, different sets you can use. I just think that it's a mon that is, again, is overlooked. And considering the lack of mons that are in all 3 games that I needed to use, I saw Clefable being in all 3 and I was like, you know what, sure. Of course, it's not a fairy type yet, but still, it's versatile, it does what it needs to do, and it does the job quite well. I think it's overlooked, and I think more people should use it. But as our third team member, it's Clefable. Alright then, now that the special attack is out of the way, let's get to all the physical, hard-hitting mons. First up, we have Rapion. There are no downsides to using this thing in-game. Arguably one of the best in-game Pokemon to date. Why? Because it has base 1010 defense, which means it can take hits. Base 75 special defense is also pretty good, 70 HP, sure. Base 90 physical attack with Adamant Nature boosts it to pretty much over 100, and base 95 speed in-game is more than enough to outspeed a lot of things. You can also run a crit build with this thing with Cross Poison and Night Slash. I've gone with Crunch because the higher base power is always nice and I don't want to be relying on critical hits. X-Scissor also as well. Again, other dark types can't take on this thing. You've got X-Scissor, you win. Your one weakness is ground. Ice Fang, you can hit grass types. Grass type, well, you can hit grass types with poison, cross poison as well. You can hit ground types. Would I recommend you take on Cynthia's Garchomp with this thing? Probably not, unless you've found a Sugar Berry somehow or Air Balloon or something, then definitely you probably could then. But then even then, if you were running maybe an Impish one with up defense, you might be able to take an Earthquake from it and then click Ice Fang and possibly kill it. I don't know. There's a different mon on the team that I'd say that you'd probably want to use against Garchomp. But this thing, yeah, it does the absolute work. The only downside I will say to it is how you obtain it. Is in the Great Marsh, the Safari Zone of whatever you want to call it. It's Great Marsh. And it needs to be a specific place that you find it using the binoculars at the top of the Great Marsh. There are plenty of walkthroughs and tutorials on how to do this on YouTube, which is why it's still eligible to get on the team. It's not impossible to get. Same with Toxicroak. They're not impossible to get in any of the games. You just need to do something specific for them. One game is harder than the other, if I remember correctly, but it's still possible. Definitely give Rapion a go if you haven't. Like I said, there are no downsides to using this thing in game. It's super good, and it's our fourth team member. Like I said, it's Rapion. On to Pokemon number 5 then, you guys, and if you saw the Infernape team builder, I'm like 99% positive you saw this one coming an absolute mile off. As you guys know, we don't use duplicate types across the team. I don't like duplicating types because of weaknesses and stuff. Infernape, there was no Garchomp. Torterra is a ground type, so only naturally there was only one team that Garchomp fit into, and that was the Empoleon team, and I can talk about this thing for hours. You guys loved my enthusiasm about this thing in the old team builders of how great it is. It's Garchomp. It's so good. There are no downsides to using this. Just don't use it in Candace's gym. Just don't be that guy. You have an Empoleon right there with Flash Cannon and a Clefable with Flamethrower. Trust me, you are fine. Base 108 HP. Base 102 speed. Base 130 physical attack, Adamant Nature. It's a pseudo. It's awesome. It's great. like, there's a reason Cynthia's so good and why Cynthia's Garchomp is feared across all of Pokemon, the Pokemon universe. It's because it's a brilliant Pokemon. It hits super hard. And yeah, there's just no reason why it shouldn't be in any of the teams. Yeah, I would put it in every team if I could. I would have put it in the Infernape team if I was like, I'll put it in the Empoleon one as well. You guys know fully well how much I love my dragons. Dragon Claw, Stab, Earthquake, Stab. Base 130, Adamant Nature, Earthquake just destroys everything. It's just dumb. Crunch again, why not? Just Duck type move, being a hit Ghost type. Stone Edge, you can hit your Ice types. I've given you a Rock type move. If you really want to be ballsy and stay in and possibly miss the miss on Stone Edge, I really wish there was a really hard-hitting, like, base 80 rock type move that didn't miss, like a rock type move that's like strength, because the closest we've got is Stone Edge and Rock Slide, and they both got a chance to miss, and it's really infuriating. But yeah, it's Garchomp. It's amazing. If you've never used a Garchomp, then you're an idiot. I remember, like, one of the infamous comments I got is the fact that the guy didn't use Garchomp because he preferred Graveler, and I wanted to cry. So please, don't use your Graveler, use your Garchomps, please. It's our 15 member, use him. It's Garchomp. On to the last Pokemon then, you guys, and we have Abomasnow. Now, before all of you start going on that you don't like using Abomasnow because of how it's 4 times weak to fire, we've already come to the conclusion that there are no fire types in this region yet. There is a fire type Elite 4 member, but he has like 3 fire types. It's not an issue. Fire isn't an issue because we have a Garchomp. So, Abomasnow and Garchomp work really, really well together because you've got a fire type in front of you. Aha, I've got a Garchomp. So it just works. I've gone with a physical Abomasnow this time around. I was umming and ahhing because a lot of people like to run special with Blizzard because of snow warning, so you get the hail up, which means Blizzard can't miss. But I feel like it works better as a physical attacker, for this team in particular anyway. Ice Punch, Woodhammer, both Stab. Woodhammer I know is recoil, so if you guys want to swap that out for a different physical grass type move, then by all means go ahead and do so. Earthquake, why not? It's Earthquake. And then Return, like I said, this is the mon that I put Return on. If you want to swap Return and put it on Clefable and put Strength on Abomasnow, then that makes sense. Adamant Nature, no outright amazing stats, but overall just pretty solid. Again, base 60 speed. We got 3 mons base 60 speed. It's fine. Really, anything under 60 is considered quite awful. I've gone with the Adamant Nature just to boost up that physical attack to even more as much as you can. You could run Jolly if you were really worried about that speed that much, but again, it's all down to you. I found Adamant to be really good and really hard hitting. Ice Punch destroys Cynthia's Garchomp. It's quite amusing. But yeah, this thing's really overlooked. In terms of a grass type as well, Ice is a really nice type to have late game. Just because of, let's say, the dragons and stuff that you encounter and different things. Grass is always nice to have because of the amount of water types are in the game. So it's all around just really solid. I think people overlook it and how hard it actually hits. It's our final team member. It is Abomasnow. Alrighty, you guys, so that is going to be it for today's Pokemon Team Builder Remastered based around Empoleon. Let's quickly go through that team one more time. We have Water Steel, Empoleon, Ghost Flying, Drifblim, our normal Clefable, our Poison Dark Rapion, our Dragon Ground Garchomp, and our Grass Ice Abomasnow. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, like I mentioned before, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. 90% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. It would do me an absolute massive favour if we could hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'd like to thank you all once again for helping us reach 12,000. It's absolutely amazing achievement. I can't thank you guys enough. If you want to help out me even more, possibly consider becoming a member of the channel as well. That join button, we've got 4 different options for you guys to help me out and join as a member of the channel as well. All the different perks are listed in those as well. If you want to join the Discord as well, there is a link in the description. Come hang out. We talk about all things team builders, general Pokemon stuff, and just general life stuff. Make sure, with everything going on in the world at the moment, just make sure that everyone's doing okay and everyone as well, trying to build a safe and happy community in these dark times. So make sure that if you're not in there, that you jump in there as well. But that being said, you guys, I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!